true that Diddy has to pay you $2,000 a day because he didn't ask permission to sample every breath you take?
Yeah.
Wow.
For the rest of his life.
Wow.
No, that's a lie.
No, I read that before. Wow.
That's not true, is it? It's on the radio.
Read
That's
it somewhere,
true.
it's
Ain't
true.
fake news.
But did he ask you for permission?
Yes, he did.
After the fact.
Yes, he did.
It was after.
We're very good friends now.
Ow.
Were you upset?
No, not at all.
Who's happy?
No, I'm very happy.
How much you said it was again?
I think it's
Five-
two grand a day.
Child, that Sting stung his ass. I wonder why Sting ain't dead yet. Anyway, hello there, love bugs. Hello there, Bellas. If you have not already done so, please remember to, y'all, it's chilly out here, like, subscribe, and visit uptopbeauty.com for these Ms. Hollywood DC shades. We got them in tortoise, black with the gradient lens. Love them. They're like the best seller now. We got them in pink. We got them in brown. We got them in a whole bunch of different colors. I love them. And if you are not already a part of this book club, please hit the Patreon link below and or the join button here on the YouTube. And for a small monthly fee of $5, you babies, yes you, can be privy to all the shenanigans before the YouTube gets it. If the YouTube gets it. Now, let's continue talking about my girl. Who's that wonderful girl? Can she be any cuter? Who's that wonderful girl? Look, there goes the suitor. I took my first ride on a private jet the next morning with Puff and his entourage. We flew to Chicago for a concert and then to New York and finally back to Los Angeles. Unfortunately, the No Way Out tour wasn't limited to a solid block of time. The tour included 30 cities in all to promote Puff's debut album. I spent so much time learning Puff's songs, dance routines, and getting used to flying at a moment's notice that I hardly had time to work on a song for the soundtrack as the deadline closed in on me. Once I learned more about Puff, I realized why he was too preoccupied to work on the song. He had been in a funk for months before I arrived in Los Angeles. He was expecting a child by his girlfriend, Kim Porter, but he hadn't spent much time with her due to the tour. The main reason for his dark mood, however, was the murder in March 1997 of Christopher Wallace, the most lucrative artist in the Bad Boy family. Y'all, I ain't gonna lie. When Biggie died, I thought Bad Boy was over. And kinda still think Bad Boy was over. Like, I mean, it was like Biggie was the foundation of Bad Boy. And I really thought that it would hurt Puff from that point on. Now, he recovered, but no matter how many times he tried to replace Biggie, Biggie was irreplaceable. He had a lot of people, including Mark Curry, that I feel he saw great potential in, like how he saw great potential in Biggie. But no one ever replaced Biggie. And I believe Bad Boy never held that. Oh my God. And I believe Bad Boy never held that position again. Mark goes on to discuss that around Biggie's death, Puff and Biggie weren't the best of friends at all. Okay, they were going through some issues financially. He also talks about how Biggie's mother had talked to him about Puffy being a snake. Biggie's mother, Valletta Wallace, tried to tell him that Puff was a shyster, but Biggie didn't want to hear it. It's hard to convince a poor man that the person who put $25,000 in his pocket and promises to make him rich is hustling him. By the time Biggie realized that Puff was burning him, he signed a long-term contract in 1993 that enslaved him to Puff. It was too late. Once Biggie realized that he had been duped not only with the Uptown contract, but the Bad Boy deal as well, he started to resent Puff for taking advantage of him. He compared Puff to the con men with whom he had dealt with during his drug dealing days. I'm signed for a while, he said in 1994, so I'm going to handle my business. But I really can't see myself doing this shit too much longer because it's too foul for me. If I want to deal with some foul niggas, I'd rather be on the street level, not no business shit. In early 1997, Biggie was crowning the hip-hop charts nationally and internationally. In September 1996, as threats between East Coast and West Coast rappers intensified, it was really a war of words between the Bloods and the Crips. Minister Conrad Muhammad of Nation of Islam's Harlem Mosque called for a peace summit. Suge, Puff, and Biggie did not attend. Suge and Puff were also once good friends, but egos, misunderstandings, and false friends turned them into bitter enemies. By the time of the summit, Biggie had grown wary of Puff, as had a number of other Bad Boy artists. The rotund rapper had recently launched his own record label, and in fact had signed and recorded its first artist, Junior Mafia. Just as Tupac was planning to leave death row at the time of his death, Biggie was about to break away from Bad Boy. In an interview that day after Biggie's funeral, Puff claimed that he and Biggie had been fighting to let people know from the very beginning that we were never with that whole East Coast, West Coast thing. We were not about that, but police and insiders knew better. Puff demanded that his artists talk like thugs, walk like thugs, dress like thugs, and behave like thugs. Well, it didn't work for me, because I didn't think none of them were thugs. This false bravado may have cost Biggie his life and gave Puff his first reality check in a long time. Within days of the funeral, Puff called Faith and other former and current Bad Boy artists into the studio to cut a single paying homage to Biggie, using the music from the Police's hit, Every Breath You Take. Faith sang lead vocals on I'll Be Missing You, which was an instant runaway hit following its release in late May 1997. Girl, Puffy is paying, what's his name? The dude Sting. I think they say like 2 days, something like that. That nigga gonna be paying forever. Ever. For not getting permission to use that song. I'm not even trying to be funny when I say, I wonder why Sting ain't dead yet. Or do Puffy just not kill? Oh, let me take that back. Air quotes. Randomly, strategically murk white folks. I don't know. Maybe he only randomly, strategically murks black folks. But I'm like, why is Sting not taken up off this earth? Because, you know, anybody that gets in P. Diddy's way, he will either murk them or send like a strong message, like burn their house down or set their house on fire, like he did to Kamor Lee. Damn. Why is Sting still alive? Puff called Biggie the founding father of my dream the day the song was released. He said that the proceeds from the song would go to a trust fund for Wallace's 3-year-old daughter, Tiana, and his 7-month-old son, Christopher. I'm going to make sure that I take care of his family for the rest of my life. His family is my family. It was typical public relations for Puff, who never showed humility unless his dream was in jeopardy or unless he was facing public outrage. He had exploited Biggie in life, and now he was exploiting him in death. Where's the lie on that one? It was only a matter of time before Puff's pretending to be a real thug would catch up with him. Every breath you take, you say that you love.